Live from the Charlottesville Newsplex, where Charlottesville news comes first. This is 19 News Nightcast at 11.
The Republicans are now in charge of the House of Representatives. New members of Congress sworn in today, including new 5th District Representative Robert Hurt. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Parsons. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, our representative goes to Washington vowing to make some positive changes. Nightcast reporter Carter Johnson travels to Capitol Hill to speak with Congressman Robert Hurt about his priorities in politics.
For Congressman Robert Hurt and his supporters, it's been a long road to Washington. But to see his name on a congressional office is a sign of success.
It is a historic day for sure.
And for more on Hurt's swearing in, check out newsplex.com for exclusive web extras. New at 11, people in Greene County are headed to the polls to pick a new county treasurer. The 7 candidates took questions from people at William Monroe High School. The Ruckersville Citizen Council hosted the forum, and they say the forum was not only meant to be informative for voters, it also served to bring some attention to the election.
So we tried to get some publicity and get some interest out to people and hold this forum so all the candidates, and as you've noticed, there's been 7 candidates, so the interest in running as well as the interest in getting this job filled properly are both high.
That special election is next Tuesday. Also tonight, a man named Steve Smith says he wants to be Greene County's top cop.
I'm here today to publicly announce that I am running for the office of sheriff.
Smith says his platform will focus on strengthening public safety, security, and emergency management. He also wants to provide an informational website, hold public forums 4 times a year, and be an interactive sheriff.
To let them know that they will have a personal contact in the sheriff's office and that each concern will be handled with the same feelings as if it was myself that had the problem.
Smith has 24 years of law enforcement experience and is currently Master Deputy at the Albemarle County Sheriff's Office. Today's announcement kicked off what will be a community grassroots effort. Well, after recovering thousands of dollars in stolen property, a Richmond man remains in local custody. 50-year-old Ralph Lincoln III was arrested following a burglary that happened on January 2nd on Longhorn Road. A short time later, Nelson County authorities recovered more than $25,000 worth of stolen property. Lincoln is being held without bond at the Albemarle-Charlottesville Regional Jail. New at 11, Orange County Sheriff's officers said a teenager inhaled paint fumes, then barricaded himself in his house and threatened to kill his dog while deputies watched. Deputies found a 17-year-old with 2 knives and threatening to kill himself on New Year's Day. Deputies said the boy barricaded himself in his house and at one point dangled the family dog out of a window and made motions as if he planned to sever its throat. Deputies said they talked him out after about an hour and found he had been huffing paint. The teen was sent to the UVA Medical Center. Also tonight, the Civil War Preservation Trust says it has completed a $1 million fundraising effort to protect 49 battlefield acres in Orange County. The preservation involves land at what the trust calls the very heart of the Wilderness Battlefield in Orange County. The move is in opposition to a proposed Walmart near the Wilderness site. Orange County supervisors have approved the store, but it's currently in the court system. And there's a new push to help more people get out of debt and regain control of their financial situations. A Charlottesville group called the Coalition for Economic Opportunity plans to meet with the Charlottesville City Council to propose something it calls Bank on Greater Charlottesville. Now, it's not a new building, but rather a new program that would help residents who aren't able to get bank accounts and who are forced to rely on payday lenders.
There really isn't a viable alternative if family and friends can't help when someone's in a cash crisis and folks end up getting stuck in the cycle of debt.
Now, if you'd like to learn more about this program, the Coalition will make the presentation to the City Council tomorrow at 5 o'clock at City Space on the downtown mall. Well, good signage is important, especially in a city full of historic places and a major university. That's why Charlottesville city officials have replaced the 3 presidents signs with big new green signs. However, some of the signs are incorrect, pointing drivers in the wrong direction, while other signs are shrouded by trees. The city plans to make the necessary corrections, but overall, they say the signs are getting positive reviews.
I'm not from Charlottesville, I'm from Stanton, and I have no idea where I'm going, so it's really nice to have the help.
The cost of the project is estimated at $600,000. If you have comments or suggestions on how to improve the new wayfinding signs, call the number on your screen, 434-970-3333. Well, there are some big shoes to fill at the University of Virginia. This as the job search begins to replace longtime Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer Leonard Sandridge. After more than 40 years at the university, including more than 20 years at his current position, Sandridge will retire in July. The head of the search committee says the school has hired a search firm and has posted the position online. Turning an eye on the nation, decisions intended to save time and money created an unreasonable amount of risk that triggered the largest offshore oil spill in U.S. history. That's the finding of the presidential panel investigating the BP blowout. They say it's a disaster that could happen again without significant reforms by industry and government. The commission findings describe systemic problems within the offshore energy industry and government regulators who oversee it. A shooting goes down at a Nebraska high school, and tonight we have learned the vice principal has died from her injuries. The suspect is dead and the principal suffered injuries as well. It happened at Millard South High School in Omaha. The school was put on lockdown and parents were sent to a nearby church. Police say the suspect shot himself. He was a student at the school and the son of a police officer. No other students were hurt. A standoff shuts down a shopping center in Chandler, Arizona, and tonight one man remains in custody as police search for a second suspect. The mall was shut down and evacuated after an undercover cop exchanged gunfire with an alleged robber. In Sin City this weekend, there's a lot more than just gambling going on. The coolest goodies, gadgets, and gizmos are once again on display in Las Vegas. We'll take you out to the Consumer Electronics Show after the break.